Hey everybody, welcome back to IP Farms. Well, it's another beautiful day here in North Carolina. It's about 67 degrees. Today's Saturday, March the 5th, I do believe. Enjoying the weather for sure. Got the front end drug under the truck here behind me. We did get a few parts in, some of the ones I needed to go ahead and get this bolted up. Still got a few more coming in. I'll show you what I did get and explain a little bit of that as I go along. But this is probably going to be one of those tutorial videos. I promised y'all I'd show you what all bolts up and where it goes. Rather than just pointing fingers at it, we'll put the parts on and I'll bring you along for a little bit of it, getting this front end under there. It ought to be quite interesting because it doesn't teeter on the jack very well, and I'm going to be here by myself. My buddy was here this morning, helped me with quite a few things, and I appreciate that, but he had to move on. So we're going to see what we can do this afternoon. I've got to go out here and pull some stuff off the other truck, the springs and the front perches in the bar and a few things like that. So we'll see what we can get into. Stay tuned. We got a box full of goodies here. Did get something shipped to me wrong. Bought it off of eBay. It was advertised as wrong, and I should have known better, but I'll explain as we go along. So small little box here, a lot of money, but that's the new pieces for the frame. I got new bushings for the leaf springs, and I got new rear leaf spring shackles, if you will. So that should get us a good start, and then the rest of the stuff is yet to come in. Track bar bushings and sway bar end links and things like that will be in sometime this week. So let's get started, see what we can do. Alright, well, I was able to get everything off the donor truck out there. Everything came off except for the track bar bracket. The bolts that go in the frame or the nuts. Ford's got these little I don't know, spacers with nuts made in them. They stripped off, so I'm gonna have to cut those bolts and then fish something back in here, but that's later on. That's for the track bar. So we're gonna get the bumper off first. I think on this two-wheel drive it's just 4 bolts, or 2 on each side, and this bumper shell should come off, and then we can start pulling the tow hooks off right here. And this is the bracket, like I told you, that bolts under the bolts up under the frame rail there. So I'll talk to you for a few minutes, and then we'll put you on some high speed and see what we can do. Pretty simple design, actually. Like I said, I like these little things on the back. I mean, on a truck like this, it's not rusty, they're perfect. But so far, I've gotten pretty lucky on the other truck, not running into many bolts that broke off or couldn't get out. So on the other truck, the only difference is that spring hanger there has got an extra brace on it for the outside of the bumper, and it's rusted on the other one. I don't know if I'm not going to put that bumper on here, so I guess that brace will just be without it, but the two-wheel drive doesn't have it anyway, so it's not a big deal. Of course, you got this rubber down here. I thought I got all of them off. And then little Christmas tree things. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, those little plastic Christmas tree pieces. Ripped all the pieces every time you turn around. That'll probably fall over on me and knock me out here in a little while. Okay. Oh look, a punch I didn't know. Filing tools everywhere. I'm gonna spray a little lube on these. We gotta pull the tow hooks out. Once we get the tow hooks out, then I can get the bracket up there. You've got to pull the stupid air conditioning condenser loose to get the spring bolt in. The spring bolt goes through the hanger here, and it won't go in because of the bottom of the condenser. Another one of those stupid things that some engineer made. I mean, take 2 things off to get 1 bolt out. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I'll put you on some high speed and we'll get these loose, see if we can get that bolted up under there. That'll be everything on the front as far as the hanger itself, and then the new parts I got will be on the back. I'll show you that, and I'll explain to you what I got sent wrong from eBay. Okay, I'll try to, well, the light's gonna be in the way. Can't really see it, but back down in there, I just put that little piece. I'll show you on the other side in the camera, but it's just a little holder. It's got 2 nuts made on it, goes down, falls in a hole back there, and then you just run the 2 screws up. And then right here is the 3 bolts I just took out for the tow hooks, and that supports the front section of the hanger there. And then of course your spring bolt goes through there, and that side piece over there is for the bumper. So other than the 2 additional bolts in the back, you know, like I said, everything was bolts back up the same. The tow hooks are part of the spring hanger up front here. So let me put you back on high speed. We'll get these on there and see if I can get this condenser removed, and we'll move to the back and I'll show you those new parts. Okay, well, we got the front bolted up there. Show you. I think you saw that in the high speed. It's pretty simple. Like I said, 3 bolts are already there, using for the tow hooks. Put the 2 additional ones in the back, and then the crossbar there bolts up. I'm gonna leave it loose until I get the spring in there. Make sure everything lines up. Once I get the spring bolted on both ends, we'll tighten it up. Here's the frame pieces. This is what goes up here in the frame, back here on this big hole that I was showing you in another video. And I ordered, these are so rusty, and I didn't think they would come out of the other truck. This is the same design piece, but this is for the rear sway bar end links. And I looked on eBay, and the guy had them listed as sway bar end link frame mounts, and this is what he sent, which is the same thing as what I bought new. So there wasn't a whole lot of difference in the money, actually. I couldn't find these right here new. But anyway, these have got some wear on the rubber bushing, so I'm gonna try to send these back and tell him that he advertised them wrong. And I'm just gonna clean these up and paint them. They're not detrimental to getting the front end under it right now. I can get to everything. I'll clean those up, wire brush them real good. The bolts came out actually easy. These pieces that were in the other truck might have came out, but I know that the bushings are probably wore, so we're going to go ahead and put those in there since that's what carries the front spring. So I'll put you back on high speed and show you what we're doing here and see if we can get this part situated and then get the spring into there. Okay, hopefully you can make that out. Got the new spring hangers here. They were a little rusty on the other truck. That's kind of structural there, holding the back of the spring, so I feel better. Showed you the piece. It goes up in the frame right here. 4 bolts, like I said. Everything's already there in the frame. So I got the spring hanger on. Now what we gotta do is get the spring under here, 1 bolt here, and then 1 bolt back up there at the front. I've got to move the air conditioning condenser right now. I'm gonna go ahead and get the other side on and see if I can get that condenser moved, and I'll bring you back when we get the springs under here. I'll wait till I get everything, all the bolts in and started before I tighten anything up. I'm not sure if I'll get this rear end up there and bolted up today or it'll be another day, but stay tuned. Well, there it is. It's under there and bolted up. It turned out pretty good. Quite a bit of wheel fender clearance there. It's not finished. I still got waiting on the pitman arm, track bar bushings, brake lines, and I did not get the shock towers off the other truck today. I did get these cut off this morning before I started filming. So we gotta get the shocks on and all that stuff. The rear end, we got to put the brake lines all the way across the rear axle, the main brake line up to the frame, put the sway bar end links. I had to get longer ones for that for four-wheel drive, bolt that up, and I'm going to change the shock mounts on the rear end and put the new shocks on. So all in all, that's pretty much it. Pretty much a direct bolt in. I didn't run into any issues with anything that didn't line up or bolt up. So you know, if you got a donor truck and you know, it's in a lot better shape than mine, you won't have to buy so many parts and pieces. I'll link the parts that I got, you know, these frame bushings for the rear spring hangers and stuff like that. I'll link all that in the description of the video. So I think we'll just call this one good. It's sitting here. Like I said, when it rolls out of the shop, it's going to be four-wheel drive, not necessarily complete, but sure is a lot different when it came in two-wheel drive. Let me get situated and we'll call this one good. Okay, everybody, we're gonna wrap this one up and call it another video on the service truck build. Wasn't near as long, I don't think, today on the tutorial. You know, it's pretty much just nut and bolt stuff. I think I showed you in the very beginning where everything was going to go. Tried to show you a few parts and pieces today that we got. Like I said, I am waiting on a big order of parts coming in. Some of that is just you know, stuff that needed to be replaced due to the fact this truck had some miles on it, and the other one was a little bit rusty, so you know, you don't have to do that. Again, pretty simple project. I'll probably add up the hours in another video, but I'm gonna say right now to date I'm probably looking about 10 or 11 hours for the complete swap. So you know, I don't think that's too bad, really. We're gonna have pennies on the dollar in it. I wish so much that now all I had to do was just wrap up and put the new pieces on and call it good, but you know, once we get it rolling in and out of the shop here, we'll start on the motors. I'll highlight a little bit of that. I just don't want to drag these service truck videos out for, you know, too long, but we're gonna get it. So thank you everybody for watching. Please consider subscribing if you hadn't already. Hit that thumbs up button if you like what you see. Thumbs down, I understand, it's not for everybody. Share these videos, get them out there. Might be somebody else interested in a little bit of this. I'll tell you what, if I can do it right here in the dirt and the little bit of tools that I have, I believe anybody can do it. A pad of concrete goes a long ways. Till next time, thank you.